The Volkswagen T-Roc, the unsung hero in the Volkswagen lineup. Why? Because this has sold over 2 million units, which is pretty impressive, and it's also its first generation. But if I'm being honest, it's starting to look a little bit dated. The crossover SUV market is flooded with much more modern, sleeker looking vehicles, which makes me think, is it maybe time to look elsewhere for Is this the new T-Roc? It's got a light bar. I mean, it is impressive. Volkswagen have given the T-Roc a glow up. Or at least, I think that's the term we're meant to use. In fact, yes, that's it, glow up. And it fits this car really well. The front end of it has presence. It looks good, it looks happy in its loving life. You know what? It also knows just how good it does look. But let's get straight into it. I love the lights, how they come in towards the light bar. They go nice and narrow. We've got this lovely gloss black diamond grille, which works well with the R line that we have here because the body colour bumpers and the accents give it a real good flip. They've got some aerodynamics built in to the bottom of the bumper, and like all Volkswagens, they're now illuminating their badge in the front, and I do like that. Down the side, we've got 19-inch gloss black alloy wheels. We've also got gloss black folding door mirrors. There's a deep tint to that privacy glass, and the roof black with some nice contours in it. And that brings me on to a talking point. The shape I see as it goes to the back looks a little bit like a coupe. Let me know what you think. And finally, the back. Now, I absolutely love what Volkswagen have done with the light bar and the 3D effect on the lights. Having said that, I'm still 50-50 on whether I like my badge at the back being illuminated or not. It's got the nice indentation that all Volkswagens will have moving forward, and the whole thing works well. It's neat, it's tidy, it's been pretty well packaged. Now, the actual boot itself, well, the whole car is 122mm longer, gives you 475 litres of boot space and a little bit of extra space for your passengers in the back. You also get an electronically operated tailgate. But what about the frunk? Okay then. Oh, I do not believe this. Not only have they given the exterior a glow up, they've given us an engine. In a world where cars now run on batteries and electric motors, it's nice to see that Volkswagen still offer an internal combustion engine. And this 1.5 eTSI mild hybrid 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, it delivers around about 150 horsepower, which I think is more than enough for a car of this size. But let's go and find out. So what's the 1.5 engine like? Well, the TSI has got a quick spooling, variable geometry turbocharger, and it's also got the mild hybrid system. So you marry the two systems together and it's perfect. You get the instant kick from the hybrid, the quick spooling turbo catches up, and before you know it, your 1.5 engine has got a fair bit of punch. You've also got a 7-speed DHG gearbox married to that, and it's front wheel drive. It's almost a hot hatch. As far as comfort goes, I always like Volkswagens. They feel tight, they feel taut, they kind of hug your body, and the steering wheel fits my hands perfectly. And visibility is good in this. Yeah, I've got a fairly chunky A-pillar, there's a speaker in there, but it doesn't take up too much of your visibility. The door mirror's not oversized, but you get to see enough down the side of the car. And the actual aperture that you look at in the windscreen, perfect for me. Nice bright heads-up display, and I get the seat low enough down so it makes the world seem nice and bright. You know what we haven't spoken about lately? Engine noise. We talk about wind noise, we talk about road noise, but I haven't driven too many internal combustion engines. Motorway driving. Now, earlier on I said this is almost a hot hatch, and you wouldn't expect a hot hatch to be a nice car to drive in the motorway, but it is. It's got very low road noise, it's got very low wind noise, and I've already spoken about the engine noise, but it chews up the motorway miles with great ease. I don't have anything like range anxiety. Why? Because I've got a big internal combustion engine sitting in front of me. It's comfy, it's good. It's got all the safety things you would expect to have on a car these days that help your motorway. We've got blind spot detection, we've got a heads-up display, we've also got cruise control, which I do like on the motorway, but today we're decided to park the cruise control because I'm feeling a bit rebellious. I feel like I'm in a hot hatch, and that's how we're driving. Another thing that we haven't spoken about in a while, fuel consumption. It's all kilowatts per hour over mileage and divided by the fraction that you charged it with. Not today. Now this car's quite clever. It gives you an enormous miles per gallon, but also as you're driving along, it will, as you come off the throttle, drop down into 2-cylinder mode. Now remember I said it's a 4-cylinder petrol engine. Why does it drop to 2 cylinders? That's because it's saving fuel. It's a very clever car. And that's one of the trademarks of the eTSI engine. Very, very economical. The glam up so far has been pretty good, I must say. But have VW kept the price still competitive? The list price for the new T-Roc begins at £31,635. This R-Line that we have today begins at £38,935, so still under that £40,000 mark. Of course, if you want to save yourself some more on those numbers, then head down to Arnold Clark, of course, where we have over 20,000 new and used cars to choose from. Because at Arnold Clark, we make it easy. The colour of this interior is called Soul Black, and Volkswagen have done a cracking job of making it look nice and classy in here. I like the steering wheel. It's heated, there's a couple of flappy paddles behind it, and it fits my hands perfectly. As I look through, I see the driving cluster. It's not overly cluttered, and it's customisable in your own profile. Heads-up display through the windscreen, nice and bright and in your eye line. And you've got 12.9 inches of infotainment screen, which is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto ready, and they can be connected wirelessly. Down here you've got a charging mat, right beside a couple of USB-C chargers. And then to change your driving modes couldn't be easier. As you look down to the centre console, which is quite nice and nimble, your volume control is on that rotation switch. But if you push that, it takes you straight to your driving profiles and your atmospheres. And there's over 30 different colour options for changing the lighting in your cabin. That's quite impressive. You've got drinks holders here. They're customisable, and in the door pocket, they're carpeted. You've also got an armrest, which can move forwards and backwards, and you can change the height of that. I do like that. Just the fine details. And then we'll look at the seats, because they're heated seats, but they've also got the lovely R logo pushed into them, and a bit of Alcantara, just to finish it off. And into the back we come. Okay, headroom, brilliant. Legroom, a little bit tight, but remember I'm 6'2", give or take a few inches. But the seats are really comfortable and nice. We've got an armrest in the middle, which you can stow away with a couple of drinks holders in it. And you've got 2 USB-Cs down the bottom for charging. You've also got your own climate controls in the back, which I think is really good. A couple of reading lights up on the roof. And it's nice. And remember how I mentioned in the front, the door pockets had carpet? Well, you get the same carpet in the back. So nothing's going to rattle about there. It's just the finer details, Volkswagen. Just the finer details. Well, I really like this so far, but I want to know what you guys think. So leave me some comments in the box below. I've just taken some pictures, you know, for the gram. You want to see them? Check this out. The nifty little 1.5 litre pack's a punch bigger than you might think. The suspension keeps the car flat with very little body roll. But does sport mode make it feel sportier? Oh yes, there's certainly a lot less body roll, that's for sure. And a crossover SUV can be quite guilty of that. They can sometimes feel a little bit docile almost. It also feels a bit more potent when you put your accelerator foot down. When you put that throttle to the floor, it definitely wants to go. But as for the steering tightening up, that doesn't feel like it's really happened. It still feels nice and light, almost city-esque. But that's not a complaint, because the minute you put a tiny little bit of steering into the car, it does have a big effect on where it wants to go. I like sport mode. It's also really easy to get to. Push the switch, the toggle switch in the middle, turn round. Couldn't be easier. Again, it's not hidden in some sub-menu somewhere. Now you'd think with being a crossover SUV that would be a lot higher, we'd be getting that extra little bit of height to see through the traffic, but it doesn't feel tall at all. I do have my seat as low as it can go. It feels like I'm driving a hot hatch, and I've said it again, but that's what it feels like. It's also front wheel drive. The majority of cars that I've driven in my driving lifetime have been front wheel drive. Rear wheel drive has always been a little bit of an anomaly for other cars like BMW, like Mercedes. But this handles well being a front wheel drive car, and it would be wrong, I think, for the T-Roc to be anything else apart from front wheel drive. Now, I need to keep reminding myself that this brand new T-Roc is a crossover SUV, because I feel like I'm in a little sporty hot hatch, so I need to dial myself back and be a little bit more mature. But then on this shoulder, it's telling me to push that accelerator because this is so much fun. And unfortunately, this shoulder wins. This car has got a lot of key safety features, as every modern day car has. I've already mentioned a few: blind spot detection, heads-up display and cruise control. But Volkswagen have made it very simple and easy for you to access these. They're not hidden inside a menu, in a folder, and a sub-menu in your infotainment screen. Simply push the car icon at the top and up pop your favourites. And you can choose which favourites you have there for your safety assists, to toggle them on or toggle them off. Well done, Volkswagen. Keeping it nice and simple. Well, what do we think? Is this the best glow-up we have seen in recent times? Yes, it is, clearly. In your mind's eye, picture the old T-Roc, and then open your eyes to this. Volkswagen have done a fabulous job. But I think the bigger question is, are Volkswagen back? Well, yes, they are. They've brought back the internal combustion engine, and they've given us a car that's fun to drive and looks absolutely great. Remember, this is a crossover SUV, but to me, it feels like I'm driving something small and nimble, and that is a big positive note. But I want to know what you guys think. Leave me some comments in the box below, or better still, get down to your local Arnold Clark and get behind the wheel of the new T-Roc. I'm Duncan Vincent, and this is the Arnold Clark YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. And until next time, safe driving.